Your magazine cover. First thing you want to do is double click on the Graphic Arts One server if you don't have it already up. Under your name, under your period, you should already have a folder called Magazine that you scanned your magazine cover into. So you want to make sure it's there. If it's not, then you want to do that first and watch the magazine scanning video. So for me, I'm going to go under my name. I already did it here. So when you get your JPEG done, you want to drag your JPEG onto Photoshop in the docking station or go File, Open, and you want to open up your image. Before we get started, we want to edit the colors because the colors aren't correct. I know it looks like it's fine on the screen, but sometimes it needs a little additional help. So under Image, you want to go under Image to Auto Color and click on it, and you'll notice it just sharpens everything up. The only way you want to do this is if it's only your magazine cover. If you've got white around the edges, you're going to use your crop tool and make sure you crop out the white first before you do it. So to crop out the white, once you get your crop tool in place, you get it to where you want it to crop. Once you get it to where you want it to crop, you double click on the inside and it gets rid of the white. And then you do Image Auto Color. That should make it nice and bright and crisp for you. Now, next one we're going to do is we're going to go under, you want to make sure your layers palette is up. If you don't have your layers palette up, you want to go under Windows to Layers and get that up. Then we're going to duplicate the layer. Easiest way to duplicate the layer is do Apple and J or Command J on the keyboard, and it makes a duplicate layer. And then I'm going to click on the background layer and just turn the eyeball off. I'm doing something new this time. It's not in your notes. You want to go under, right next to the garbage can, there's a New Layers button. I'm going to click on it. And I want to go Edit, Fill, and I just want to fill it with white, normal 100%. This way when we erase from layer 1, which is our magazine, then you'll see white. You can double click on where it says layer 1 and put magazine so you can keep track of everything. Alright, so I'm clicking on magazine and I want to go down to the eraser tool. The eraser tool has 3 different options on it. If you have the control panel up here, you have the option of a block, which is a square block. You have the option of a pencil, which is a round circle. But the one we want is brush. And when we select the brush, over here to the left, it shows you the different types of brush styles. We want the soft round brush. That way when we click and erase the face, you're not going to see much. Okay, now you want to make sure you get it enlarged. Do Apple or Command plus on the keyboard, and if you hold the space bar, it gives you this little hand that you can move your image around. So using the eraser tool, you want to erase her face. Do not go too crazy. You want to erase the face but not the hair, and you want to try to keep the hairline. So you want to get really close. If your brush is too big, left bracket on the keyboard makes it smaller, right bracket makes it larger. So for the inside, I'm going to probably do pretty large, and I want to make it white. And you really need to work in the layers. If you do this without following the layers, making the different layers, it's not going to work out as well. So I'm getting close to the edge, but I want to make my brush smaller when I get to the close edge. Whoop. And if you make a mistake, Windows History, I can go back up in History. And that's where I want to go. Alright. And I want to get close. I want to get the chin done, but I don't want to erase her neck. I'm going to keep her neck. Alright. And get close to the finger. Because I'm giving it, using the soft brush gives it a little gradation so it will blend better with your face when we put your face underneath. Alright. So I've got it pretty much erased. Our next step is to take a picture. So you're going to use Photo Booth, take a picture of yourself. As you can see, you'll see in the camera, I'm talking. There you go. I have already taken a picture of myself. What you want to do is when you're looking at this image, I'm going to put this one back on, turn these off so you can see side by side. what it's going to look like. You want to make sure your face is in the same general direction. If you hold your hand, you might have to tilt, hold your hand underneath like they have, pose yourself, and I always say pull your hair back. I take off my glasses for this, and then have somebody take a picture. As you notice, not exactly the same way, but it's pretty close. When you finish taking your picture, you can take your picture and drag it right into Photoshop on the dock. Whoop. And it will open in a new tab. I'm just going to select my face using the selection tool, rectangular marquee tool, select just my face, go to the move tool, copy, Apple C, and then I want to be over layer 2, so I'm going to click on layer 2 and paste it in, and that's Apple V. Alright, so it took my face and it put it in there, but as you can see, my face is a little large or small compared to hers. So you want to go under Edit, Transform, Scale. And when you hold the Shift key, you should be able to scale the image to the right size. Once you get it to the size you'd like, double click on it. Okay, so there's my face on her body. The only thing is the color is not perfect. So in the past, what we've done is called, we've done variations on the face. But before we do this, and I'm going to type in me, so I know it's me, I want to duplicate my layer. Just in case something goes wrong, you're going to color experiment on your own, and if I come by and maybe you made yourself look like the Hulk, you know, too green, then we can go back to your original. So I'm going to duplicate this, and I'm going to do Apple J, and that's my me copy, and then I'm just going to turn it off. Alright, so now I'm just going to work on the me layer. They've got a new thing with this program. If you go under Image, Adjustments, they have Match Color. So what you can do is your source is going to be the magazine JPEG, and I want it to be on the me copy. And you can try to match color. Now, see, I do not like neutralize. You see how that does that? So I'm going to do this and play around with these options. So the color intensity, I think I'm going to pull that down a little bit. And as you notice, it goes down a little. And the luminosity, oh, I want that up a little bit more. Alright, so that made it a little better. If you want to hit the preview, you can see the before and after. I lightened it up, and I took the color intensity down a little bit, and then I hit OK. So that made some changes, but there's a little difference. If you look at the image, it's got a nice warm tone here, and I've got more of a red tone. So the easiest way to take care of that is if you, on the me layer, go under Image, Adjustments, and there are photo filters. So the photo filters, depends on the color, will give you warm color all the way down to different, I mean, I can go magenta and make myself look pink or blue, but what we really need is a nice warm filter. So I need to make myself a little bit more yellow and orange, and I'm going to bring it up to see how that works. And so you can see the preview before, after. So I was a little too red, and I've warmed my colors up a little bit. I think we still want to go a little bit more, and then hit OK. Now I do know my face is too dark compared to hers. She's got a nice little light on there. So I can go under Image, Adjustments. I go to Curves. Well, let's just go Image, Adjustments, Brightness, and Contrast. Let's add some brightness. And then hit OK. So if I do Apple 0, you can see how it looks. This is the before. Put on my me copy. And this is my after. Okay? Once you get your face the way you like, save it. File, Save As. You want to save it in your folder as a PSD Photoshop document, and then print it to the color cube or the 7800 and make sure the colors look good, because what's on the screen doesn't always look like what it is when it prints out. If it's good, then you're going to go File, Save As, pull it to JPEG, and save it as a JPEG in your folder, and upload that to Schoology. And you are done with your project.